Hey, Andy from Singletrack magazine here, and you may have already seen me live on Instagram and Facebook today, but now I'm live on YouTube to bring you the new Fox 36 and the Fox 38 too. So we're going to go through a few of the details of these two forks, and if you've got any questions while we're doing that, I want you to ask me and I'll do my best to answer them. So let me turn the camera around and take a look at these forks. So first one is the Fox 36. So this is a fork that arrived with us yesterday, and because it arrived yesterday, I wasn't able to do any write-up on it. But it's all new for 2021. It has an all new chassis. It has new bleed ports, air bleed ports. It has new air channels. I'll go through those details in a second. But there you go. That's the Fox 36 2021. And a fork that you may have seen already on Singletrack World is this. It's the Fox 38. And there's a full write-up of the Fox 38 over on Singletrack World now. But I will go over a few details of that fork and this fork now. Okay, so first things first, this is the 2021 Heritage Edition fork. And basically this and the 38 that we have are limited edition forks. And basically they've come in these special colors. They have special color adjustment knobs on them too. And they also come with a special Cobalt X axle as standard. This axle is usually an aftermarket option for other forks, and OEM and aftermarket forks will come with a quick release as standard. So the Fox 36 Heritage Edition comes in root beer brown. And as you can see, it's a dark brown. It's got a bit of a metallic finish to it. There you go. It's got orange decals, new decals. The 3 on one leg and the 6 on the other. The 38 comes in pistachio green. Now, obviously, there's no the reason why Fox went for brown on the 36 is because the original 36s came in brown. The reason they've gone for pistachio on the 38 is because it's a new fork, and apparently pistachio is pretty popular in the motocross world or supercross world, one of the two. So that's why they went for that. All right, anyway, so the Fox 36 here has an all-new chassis, and one feature of that chassis is this new arch design. As you can see, there's loads of room between the stanchion and the arch, and it's also webbed and has mounts on there for a new Fox mudguard. Now, the reason why the arch sits so proud of the stanchions is because on some frames, on full compression, as the arch moves up, it can hit the head tube on some frames. So the reason why they've gone for this is to prevent that from happening. And it also means that frame designers can now design bikes with more of an offset to the head tube, so you can adjust your reach if you like, and there's no clearance issues there because there's plenty of room. Obviously, another feature is this axle that I've already mentioned. So this axle has a stepped or design to it, because what Fox had found was, although front hubs should be 110 millimeters in spacing, sometimes they can be as small as 108. And what that means is if you put a smaller hub in here, because the tolerances are off, and then you tighten the axle, you can see that the legs squish together. Here, the legs squish together, and that means that this is no longer straight, and it means that the seals and everything inside is binding, and that affects small bump compliance on a fork. So to get around that, we've got this new wedge design, and what you do is you put your hub in, you put your Allen key in there obviously, and you wind it on, and you see this wedge comes out, and the wedge will come out, press up against the flange of the hub, and then you nip this up, and then you know that this is square and the whole legs will be square, so small bump compliance will be no problem. There'll be no issues there. Some more features that are new on the 36 and the 38 are these bleeder valves on the back. We've got 2 bleeder valves on the rear, and we've got these air channels on the back there. Now, one thing that you may notice, you'll see there's a bit of oil on this one. That's because if you get a new 36 or 38, don't rest it on the table while you're doing a live and press on it, because air will push a little bit of oil out, and that's what's happened there. On the trail, that doesn't happen, obviously. Anyway, so these air chambers here, these are for allowing obviously better lubrication because more oil can move up through here and reach the top, and they also allow better airflow, and they also allow more oil to be used as well. So better lubricated, better airflow. So a really neat little feature. We've got that on the 36. It's also available on the 38 too. You can see there on the 38. Fox say that's a real problem to design and make that, but the performance advantages are well worth it. Now, just above the air chambers, we have these bleed ports. So if you're in a place that has got a lot of altitude from the bottom of the trail to the top, you'll find that there'll be an atmospheric pressure difference between what's the pressure here and what's on the outside, and that can cause issues with performance. Now, it's probably one of those things that only affects a few people, but this is a really neat little feature to have, and it's super simple to use. Fox say you could, every ride, just press each one, and then you know that your atmospheric pressure on the inside and the outside of the fork is accurate, and there's nothing giving the performance of your fork any problems. So it's a really simple thing to do. Another cool feature of these little bleed valves is that you can help tune your fork with them. So if you're a lightweight rider, like really small 60 kilogram guy or something, you can compress these forks, press the bleed valves, and that lets a bit of air out, and it creates a kind of vacuum in the bottom, and that helps suck the fork down a little bit too. So it helps small bump compliance for those really, really lightweight riders. Okay, so other features of the 36 are 230mm disc rotor tabs as standard. That's the same as the 38. And we've got variable valve control on rebound and compression now. So we've got new rebound and compression circuits, and that's shared across the 36 and the 38. You can see there's also a variable valve control there too. All right, so other features. So that's the 36. Obviously the 36 is for up to 170mm of travel. But if you're going to go that big with your travel and you're on a big heavy bike and you're a big guy, you're probably better on the 38. And the 38 goes to 180mm of travel. You can get them both in 29 and 27.5. The 29-inch version will run 27.5 plus tires. Two differences on the 38 compared to the 36 is the 36 has a standard round steerer tube, whereas the 38, you can't see it because I've got a tool in here, isn't the 36 only up to 160? Phil, I'm going to check that for you, but I'm pretty sure I saw 170, but I will double check for you. So inside here, the actual end of the steerer tube is oval on this, and that stiffens things up. That's only available on the 38, not the 36. Another difference is on the air chamber on the 38, it's an air cartridge that's separate, whereas on the 36 you're using the inside of the stanchion for the air spring. Air pressures on the 38 are much higher as well. So for myself, on the 36 I'm probably running around 75 psi, whereas on the 38 you have to run around 20 psi more. So I'm running around 95, 96 I think. Right, any other questions? Has anyone got any questions about these forks before I go? So yeah, you've got this live video here. I've also been live on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you watch those videos back, there should be any questions that I've missed or anything you want to ask. Just have a look through those videos. If I don't answer your questions there, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them later on. But there you go, 2 2021 forks this week. What else will launch this week? Keep your eyes on the news. 38 sounds like a great option for a burly EMTB. Yeah, look, I've got 38 on an EMTB and it works really, really well. Did you feel the difference in stiffness? Simon, look, we've got to be careful where we ride now. So I've not been doing anything silly. I've just been riding really tame trails. So I've not been able to ride them hard enough to feel a difference in stiffness. There's also a question in there about the small bump compliance because you've got to run higher pressures. No, there's no difference. In fact, because the 38 runs an air cartridge instead of a regular air spring, the actual air spring inside the stanchion is actually physically smaller than the 36. It's similar to a 34. So that means smaller seals can be used, and it actually improves small bump compliance. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. Simon, you only get honest answers from Singletrack. Okay, so any questions before I go? All right, cool. So yeah, if I've missed anything, if you've got anything to add, please ask me below in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those questions. And like I say, it's only the beginning of the week. What else could launch later this week? Keep your eyes out on Singletrack World. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, now I need to figure out how to stop it.